anymore. I don't even know. I don't even know why I try anymore. I don't even know.
Welcome back to OTS News. My name is Mean Marky T. Pile driving geeks. Since 1973, the biggest mark in the IWC. You know, a lot of people have been wondering about my whereabouts the last couple of days, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know, I am a GOAT. I am the greatest of all time. I'm more over than this podcast host tonight. We all know that. But a lot of people were wondering, where was Mean Marky D all week? You haven't heard a thing from me since Tuesday. Now, I don't watch NXT. I mean, let's be real, folks. Who the fuck gives a shit about NXT? But I wasn't on Wednesday. I wasn't on Friday. I took the entire weekend off. Where was Mean Marky D all week? Well, after Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, all the AEW geeks, all the AEW virgins and marks out there who can't take anybody criticizing their beloved AEW. I was actually hiding in fear. I was living in fear. I was afraid for my own life, ladies and gentlemen. I saw what they did and what they said to JD from New York. They basically came at him with pitchforks. They stormed the venue. They were looking to tear it all down after a multi-million-dollar construction that we all waited for. They wanted to destroy this very place that we call home every single week. They clearly did not appreciate the comments about the Sir Perfect Sleeper and the pillows and the cardboard that was pretending to be steel and Jericho falling off the cage. Everybody's like, oh, you want him to fall onto concrete, you want him to kill himself. Nobody ever said that, you geek. So what I did was I DDoSed this four-eyed slob virgin geek on social media. I DDoSed him, found out his address, found out about all the nice little hot spots in his own town. So I waited outside a supermarket. I knew who this guy's mother was. She was going to shop at the Whole Foods in the area that they live in. So I see her go into the Whole Foods. I see her go into the organic section. She's shopping for asparagus and some broccoli, some Brussels sprouts, some carrots, potatoes, all the finest in organic foods. I know, listen, I'm a lover of organic foods. That's why Titus is so popular. So I see her in the organic section. I go up to her and I say, hey, honey, you're pretty damn smoking. My name is Mean Marky D. Your son has been threatening me. He's been threatening my life. What are we going to do about this? Should I go to the cops? Or can we come up with some sort of deal? So what I did was I took her home and I gave her a Mean Marky D all night long. And I have a damn good haircut as well, man. At least I'm not stalking porn stars inside the Whole Foods. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here with JD from New York.
It's Monday Night Raw. We're barely alive, man. Another worthless post show, as always. When I tell you absolutely nothing important happened, folks, absolutely nothing important happened on this show tonight. Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre in the main event. I'll give you one fucking clue who won that one. Humberto Carillo. Botch. He was supposed to wrestle Sheamus tonight. I don't know what happened. Alexa Bliss is eyeing somebody in the women's division. We don't know who that is. More worthless tag team matches tonight that mean nothing. And a go-home show that literally sent everybody and told them to go home. Oh, and Jinder Mahal is back. So you know what type of show this was tonight, folks. But this is the type of show that you need on your Monday night. This is your Raw post show right here on Off the Script.
This fucking foliage? Is this what you want, Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for May 10th, 2021. I am your host, JD from New York. Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with me tonight, man, on what was another worthless episode of Monday Night Raw. Nothing happened tonight that I really care about. But it is Monday Night Raw. There really isn't anything to care about on a normal Monday anyway when it comes to this show. You know, I want to say something, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, man, but, you know, it really irks the shit out of me. It really irks the shit out of me. When you got main events, especially on a go-home show like you had tonight between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. First of all, we've seen the match already, so all the geeks out there that are going to say, oh, well, it's a great matchup between the two guys. Enough already. Nobody wants to see it again, okay? Before all is said and done, it's going to be over and done with and buried. You're beating this shit over the head with a fucking baseball bat already between these two guys, okay? Just based. This is the way I see it. Just based off the fact that Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre have wrestled each other, what, about 6 or 7 fucking times already this year alone? That goes to show you that he's not retaining the title at WrestleMania Backlash. I don't say WrestleMania. WrestleMania Backlash, which is another fucking stupid name for a goddamn show. Backlash. Because if he wins, what other babyface is there on this show that Bobby Lashley has to feud with? Braun Strowman? Nobody wants to see that. I'm telling you right now, nobody wants to see that. This feud is over. And we all know Braun Strowman's not winning the Universal or the WWE Championship. I don't even know what fucking title's on what show anymore. Who gives a fuck? They're both fucking trash. Both of these shows. Braun Strowman's not winning the WWE Championship. Why would he? He's a fucking loser. He's a joke. The main event of tonight's show was absolutely fucking worthless. I don't really understand why you need a creative team to come up with what you gave us in the main event. The main event consisted of a match that we've seen over and over and over again between two guys that, get this, folks, they can't afford a loss. Drew McIntyre's going into the pay-per-view as a challenger for the WWE title, looking to get the title back for a third time. Why on earth would you book him to lose 6 days before pay-per-view? Then you got Bobby Lashley, who is the WWE champion. Nobody expects him to lose going into the pay-per-view. He's the fucking champion. And Braun Strowman, who gives a fuck? The guy's a hooey. Dumb. He's a dummy. Then the ending comes, and we get a DQ finish. We get a DQ finish. And I'm sitting there and I'm asking myself, why did I waste my time watching this show? Why did you and everybody else that watched this show waste their fucking time watching this show? I could have gave you the outcome before the match was even announced. Last week, when they announced the match, I could have told you exactly what the ending was going to be. In fact, I might have done that last week. A DQ finish between two guys who can't lose. Braun Strowman comes in, he causes a disqualification, he power slams Drew McIntyre, he takes out Bobby Lashley. What did you expect, folks? What did you expect? I really don't understand how that is the culmination of your writing team and their big conclusion on a go-home show for a worthless pay-per-view. Yes, we'll put 2 of the 3 guys in the main event on Sunday in the main event tonight and cause a DQ, knowing full and well that neither one of those guys can lose. And the distraction, get this, folks, this is the best part of it all. The distraction by Strowman coming on in happened after Drew McIntyre hit his Claymore kick. So what does WWE do? Not only do they book a fucking ridiculous ending to this match, and a match that wasted everybody's time, but Drew McIntyre looks like, he looks like a bigger idiot than Braun Strowman. He hits the Claymore kick, and he's distracted by Braun Strowman's music. He hit the Claymore kick, stopped, did not go for the pin, but opted to sit there and look up and listen to Braun Strowman's music as Braun Strowman moseyed down the aisle. I have to ask, Bruce, who writes this unbelievable, engaging, and just superior program? Who? You make everybody that much more dumb every single fucking week. This show fucking sucks. There's nothing about this show that is redeeming at all. If you found one good thing about this show that you thought was good, you're probably a fucking cocksucker. You're probably a shill. And after Wednesday and the Dynamite shit that happened with blood and guts, the check marks, I think we can pretty much assess that the check marks don't know shit. At this point, I don't even want my fucking check mark. Because I'll be in bad company. Don't listen to these fucking geeks. What else happened on this show tonight? Damien Priest and John Morrison happened last week. This week we got the match happening again. This time they booked Damien Priest and The Miz at Backlash. But this time if Damien Priest wins, he gets to pick the stipulation. If John Morrison wins, he gets to pick the stipulation. What type of match did they pick? Something engaging? Something interesting? No. The one match I fucking hate, they picked. Alexa Bliss is targeting somebody in the women's division. At this point, I don't even fucking care. I hope all the women are targeted and they're eliminated completely. Get rid of them. Division is completely awful. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, they had a one-on-one match. That match had a stipulation as well, but you didn't know it. I'll tell you what that stipulation is tonight. Oh, it very much did have a stipulation. It wasn't advertised, but it was there. We'll go over what that is tonight on the podcast. Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Another match between these two. Why, I don't know. The first 3 fucking times, they didn't really slice the bread or cut the mustard or whatever the fucking saying is. They didn't really do such a good job. So we get it for a 4th time tonight, I think. A 4th time. How many times they've been in the ring since WrestleMania? About 5? Give me a break. This is your WrestleMania Backlash go-home show. We're going to try and break this thing down the best that we can, folks, on the post show tonight. This is Off the Script. I appreciate you joining me here tonight. We got 1,400 inside the OTS venue. More undoubtedly will be filtering in here live on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. If you don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. It helps out the video. It helps out the channel. It helps out the live stream. Make sure you guys do that for me. The goal tonight would be 800 likes. We are almost halfway there. So make sure you guys do that. For me, it is absolutely free to do, and it costs nothing. All you have to do is move your mouse over to the bottom of the screen and hit that thumbs up. You know what? It turns blue. It turns blue. My favorite color is blue, man. One of my favorite colors. My favorite color is black, because that's the color of my soul, especially when I watch this fucking show. But blue is my second favorite color. So go and do that for me. Hit that subscribe button as well. Down below, turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys want to support the podcast, you could do so in a variety of ways. Number one, you can go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Off the Script this past weekend, episode 375 was a great one. A lot of people were saying my rant on the AEW shenanigans and the AEW geeks that hate criticism of their precious AEW was one of the best rants of the year. So go check that out. That is on the channel right now. And SmackDown is there as well. We got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso with Jimmy Uso back. They're going to be a big focus on SmackDown. I got some major news on what the plan is for the Usos coming up this week. So we'll go over that when it is appropriate. So if you missed the SmackDown review as well, go check that out. And the controversial Dynamite review, if you missed that one, go and check that out. Jesse and I were live on Wednesday. We'll be back on the channel, as always, on Wednesday, covering Dynamite on Wednesday night. And maybe I'll be back live on Tuesday for NXT. I don't know yet because NXT sucks. Nobody gives a fuck about NXT. I might as well just hop on Twitch and just stream for you guys over there. Some more Resident Evil. Speaking of that, if you guys want to go and check out my Resident Evil Village, a.k.a. Resident Evil 8 walkthrough, it is exclusively on Twitch. I'm having a blast. Probably my favorite game of the entire year so far. It is fucking awesome. Go and check that out. The twitch.tv link is down in the description below, so go and check me out over there. I may be live tomorrow with some Destiny, and I'll be back definitely on Wednesday with more Resident Evil. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206 if you guys want to support through the Patreon page. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. And you guys are going to use the promo code down in the description below. Go check that out. They are one of my favorite sponsors of the entire show, and they take care of me every single month, man. That is GoBlueChew.com. JDNY. And you guys are going to use code JD at checkout for your free sample of the Blue Chew. And after tonight's show, or a show like this, you're definitely going to need it, man. Let's start at the top. Monday Night Raw. We opened up with a 6-woman tag. I don't know why we opened with this specific match. I wanted to change the channel immediately. And where are they? Are they live tonight? Are they in the vicinity? Yes, they are. Charlotte, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler. They went up against Asuka, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, people. Correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, during a show, or a wrestling show, a play, or something like that, you really start off hot, right? Even in like baseball, you start off with your most dynamic player, right? Your fastest guy, the guy that's going to steal you the most bases, the guy that's going to really get on base for you all the time. But Monday Night Raw, they want to start off with Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, Mandy Rose, and Dana Brooke. They want to start off in the most boring way possible. I thought we were supposed to start a Monday Night Raw or a wrestling show in general. I don't know if anything Monday Night Raw could be anywhere near exciting, but a wrestling show, don't you want to start the show off hot? Don't you want to start the show off exciting and full of energy? Who wants to start a show with this steaming pile of garbage? The match went 9 minutes. The match went 9 minutes. I was falling asleep for about 8.5. This shit sucks. Charlotte had Mandy in a head scissors middle of the ring. And then all of a sudden we get Alexa Bliss's music playing. She's swinging on the stage. She is swinging back and forth, and she's sitting there with Lily. Everything in the ring just comes to a fucking screeching halt because they're all looking at Alexa Bliss. All you hear is the fucking doll laughing. And Alexa Bliss is swinging. She said she came out to keep their eye on someone. Who exactly are you keeping your eye on, Miss Bliss? Now let's do this by process of elimination, folks. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are automatically eliminated. Why would anybody want to pay attention to Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke? Unless Titus needed them for something in catering. He needed them pronto, stat, ASAP. Maybe there was a spillage backstage. Maybe Dana Brooke put some quiche in the oven and she burnt it accidentally. Maybe she didn't season the pasta sauce correctly. Maybe she left the blueberry pie in the oven for a little bit more than 5 minutes. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know. Mandy Rose. Maybe she slipped somewhere and she needed doctor's attention somewhere. I don't fucking know. So Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke, nobody's keeping an eye on them. Nobody's keeping an eye on them at all. Shayna Baszler. Nobody's keeping an eye on Shayna Baszler either. Shayna Baszler is the new Humberto of the women's division. I may be doing Shayna. Baszler. I may be going the Humberto route with her. She's a fucking loser. She may be taking over. She may be buying L real estate in the alphabet from Humberto. That's how bad she's been. Charlotte? Who wants to keep an eye on Charlotte, man? My God. Households across the United States are fucking changing the channel when Charlotte Flair is on television. Nia Jax. I'd say something here, but then I'd get clipped by some fucking geek with an egg as a profile picture on Twitter, and then I'll be blasted by the WWE locker room. So I'll refrain about Alexa Bliss keeping her eye on Nia Jax. I want to say the joke, but I can't. I'm sorry, folks. I want to be funny, but I can't. Okay, I want to be obvious. I want to go dice on you, but I can't do it. I can't do it. You get the gist of the situation, okay? So Alexa Bliss is keeping an eye on Asuka, I believe. Because if she's going to feud with somebody, it's not going to be Charlotte. She can't lose. Alexa Bliss can't lose to Charlotte. She ain't going to wrestle Nia Jax. She's not going to wrestle Shayna Baszler. Not going to wrestle Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke and have it mean anything. She's paying attention to Asuka, is what I'm thinking. Because Asuka's a loser. Asuka's a big fat loser. And Alexa Bliss getting a win over Asuka will give Alexa Bliss some nice momentum as they build her up in the women's division. That's my pick there. So Charlotte and Mandy are going back and forth. And Adnan Virk, who is just as bad as he was on day one, he has not gotten better, folks. He's gone the route of Vic Joseph and all the other WWE commentators that use sound effects to sell the effects of big moves. You know, Vic Joseph does, oh! Oh! On commentary to sell moves. He's doing one of these deals now. Oh! Oh! That's how they sell big moves in WWE as a commentator, man. I don't know where they go to school, but whoever's teaching them what to do should be fucking fired, okay? So Adnan Virk asks Corey Graves, get this one, what's the strategy in a 6-person tag team match? I don't know, Adnan. Have you ever watched a 6-person tag team match before? Why the fuck are you asking Corey Graves? Yeah, he's an ex-professional wrestler, but he hasn't been in the ring for quite some time there, bro. Should be the same rules that apply to a regular tag team match. Keep your opponent grounded in your corner so that they don't make the tag. Where'd this guy go to school? You've been there for 5 weeks now and you're still asking these stupid fucking questions. So, a graphic in the corner, I tweeted this out, gotta put it in the notes. A graphic during the match, as if I needed any more fucking agita during this match, a graphic showed up in the middle of this women's match, like WWE wants to fucking punish me. Jinder Mahal makes his return to Monday Night Raw as he battles Jeff Hardy. Like anybody wants to see that shit. So I'm like, oh man, I'm in for a really great fucking evening here. That graphic might have been worse than the fucking match, to be perfectly honest with you. All of a sudden, Shayna Baszler's in control, and she blew out a knee. She starts selling ridiculously in the ring like she blew out her knee. Like she stopped and she tweaked her knee. And then she tried to get up and her knee buckled and she went down to the mat. Asuka got a hot tag, gave her a shining wizard, and that was it. That was it. Shayna Baszler with another L. She's starting to make Humberto, Carillo, like Sheamus said tonight, jealous. Asuka, Brooke, and Mandy Rose win this match. After the match, as Asuka's music began to play, Charlotte gave her a boot to the face. Why not? Asuka's a loser. Charlotte turned, and they eyed each other, did Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, on the stage, and Alexa Bliss began laughing in this demonic tone. They showed Jax Baszler and Reginald looking on behind Charlotte, scared of what was going on with Alexa Bliss laughing on the stage, swinging back and forth with Lily. Great. What did I say about opening this show? Exciting and hot? Everything that is exciting and hot. The opposite of that, WWE did in this opening match. We've seen a video recap of Randy Orton and Matt Riddle being a tag team. Then backstage, we got Riddle scootering up to Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. He startled them as he came up from behind. He thanked them for registration forms so that they can become an official tag team. Now, all of a sudden, you need registration forms to become an official tag team on Monday night. I tell you what, Mr. Riddle and Bruce and everybody else, no matter what form you fill out or how many forms you fill out, here's a little spoiler for you. Randy Orton and Matt Riddle are not a real tag team, bro. They're not a real tag team. They never will be a real tag team. They may win the tag team championships because that's the fucking status or the state of this division, but they're not a real tag team. Just throwing that out there. So Kofi says it's a little known fact that all tag teams in WWE must register, unlike those frauds, AJ Styles and Omos. Now, Orton showed up, and Kofi and Xavier said that they didn't mean to hit him with tomatoes. Matt Riddle was unaware that Randy Orton was behind all of them, and he went on to say that Orton being hit with tomatoes was hilarious. Orton then turned and said, you know what's really funny? I like that you thought that was funny, but you know what's really funny? What's funny to me is ending careers. What's funny to me is putting legends or punting legends and burying legends and taking out legends, he says. And then he says, you know what's funny? Me setting things on fire. So he says, ending careers, punting legends, and setting things on fire is what's really funny to him. You know what's really funny to me? The fact that WWE said that Blood and Guts was, quote-unquote, barbaric, an embarrassment to the industry, and it set the industry back 30 years. You also want to know what I also find funny? The fact that WWE said that, and Monday Night Raw is still on the USA Network at 3 hours. The fact that Monday Night Raw is the worst television program in the history of television, especially in the last 3 years. You want to know what I find funny? The fact that they have the balls to complain about Blood and Guts, but this show has included Nia Jax slip and slide, Miz jumping around as a former WWE champion in a fucking bunny suit, tomatoes being thrown to Miz and Morrison. No, but Monday Night Raw is so great, right? What about Alexa Bliss doing magic acts and throwing fireballs on Monday Night Raw? Blood and Guts is an embarrassment to the industry, yet you got Alexa Bliss doing fucking magic on Monday Night Raw? How is that match setting the industry back 30 years when you got a 5-foot Alexa Bliss conjuring fucking magic on Monday Night Raw? Please, I'd love someone to fucking tell me that one. Moving on. MVP. He approached Braun Strowman in the locker room. He knocked first. He was respectful. There was no answer, so he walked in anyway. He was talking to Ryan Ward, it looked like there. Braun told him to get out of his locker room. MVP says he's an intelligent guy. Listen, Mr. P. Listen, Mr. P. I know you want to be nice, but to fucking butter him up with compliments, Braun, I know you're an intelligent guy. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, man. Stupid. Yeah, he's a real intelligent guy. He's a real intelligent guy, so hear him out. MVP said Lashley told him that Braun is the strongest wrestler he has ever wrestled, and if it weren't for Drew McIntyre, he might have won. MVP said Lashley would rather lose his title to Braun than Drew. If he were to lose it, especially because Drew already had his chance, he dropped a hint to Braun that if Drew were too injured to compete on Sunday, that he could benefit, and both of them could benefit on Sunday. I really don't like you, Braun said. MVP said a lot of people feel that way, but this is just business. Wow, man. What compelling television. What compelling television, man. Yeah, let's butter up the fucking dumb giant and have him take out one of the other guys so that it's a one-on-one match. Yeah, great. How long did it take you to come up with that one, Bruce? Fucking geek. Adam Pearce was backstage chatting with Damien Priest when The Miz and John Morrison walked up to them. Morrison says he would have beat Priest last week if it weren't for The Miz, but he tried to signal Miz to Priest without noticing. Miz noticed, frustrating Morrison. Priest said the winner of the Priest vs. Morrison match should pick the stipulations for Miz versus Priest on Sunday at Backlash. Great. So now we got a match between Miz and Damien Priest that is as uneventful as anything on this show. And now they're trying to put a stipulation to the match to make it seem important, but it's not. Trying a little bit too hard there, Bruce. A little bit too hard with these guys. How about this? Why don't we just move on from Priest, Miz, and Morrison? We need something new. Priest versus anybody else, I'd be open to. Miz and Morrison, I'm done seeing it. I'm done seeing it, but this is WrestleMania Backlash. You got to book those WrestleMania rematches. Because WrestleMania was so great that we got to see it twice. 3 times. Jinder Mahal. God almighty, man. Jinder fucking Mahal is back on Monday Night Raw. Jinder Mahal is back. He's been wrestling on Main Event. Who watches Main Event here? Probably nobody. Do you even know that it exists? Probably not. Jinder was backstage in Gorilla. I'm sure Vince McMahon was off camera pitching a fucking tent in his $5,000 suit. Jinder Mahal looked into the camera and he reintroduced himself to the WWE audience. He says he's happy to be back on Monday Night Raw. I don't know if this guy was drugged or not. He's happy to be back on Monday Night Raw, folks. Who on earth would be happy to be back on Monday Night Raw? Got a problem there, Jinder. Got a problem there, bro. Go seek psychiatric help, please. So, he didn't come alone, he said. He didn't come alone. Oh, great. He introduced Veer, 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 and Shanky, his 2 friends. So now he's got 2 goons that aren't the Bollywood boys working alongside him. This is, quote-unquote, Indus Sher. Now, this is not the original Indus Sher, but this is at least one half of Indus Sher. I don't know what happened to the other guy, but who gives a shit at this point? Remember back in the day when I said, when I first looked at Indus Sher, I'm like, oh my God, this is like NXT's version of Jinder Mahal. These 2 guys look like fucking 2 Jinder Mahals in NXT's tag team division. Do you guys remember me saying that at all? Probably not, because who the fuck watches NXT? So then lo and behold, it's like WWE went back into my early catalogs. What does JD hate about Jinder Mahal? We're going to do it. Oh, he didn't like Indus Sher. He said Indus Sher looked like 2 Jinder Mahals. Let's go and put Indus Sher with Jinder Mahal as he makes his main roster return tonight. That's exactly what they did. So now we got not 1, not 2, but 3 Jinder Mahals on Monday Night Raw. So, is it Janky or Shanky? Janky? The New York Yankees. You fucking kidding me? Who gives a shit what his fucking name is? He's with Jinder Mahal. So Jinder Mahal versus Jeff Hardy. This was a 3-minute squash match. 3 minutes, folks. You know, they wrestled on Main Event. Everybody figured out and everybody reported what was going on with Jinder Mahal. Oh, look, Jinder Mahal's back. He's got friends now. He wrestled Jeff Hardy on Main Event. So everybody reported about it. I reported about it. Everybody reported about it, right? Everybody was speaking about Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal was in everybody's mouth. So WWE says, oh, look, everybody's talking about Jinder Mahal. Let's take the match that they did on Main Event and put it on Monday Night Raw. Why? Because nobody watched Main Event. So now they gotta fucking punish us by showing Jinder Mahal on Raw for our displeasure. 3 minutes, squash. Coloss. Jeff Hardy is all but done in WWE. JD, why do you hate Jinder Mahal so much? What is it about Jinder Mahal that you don't like? Give the man a chance, says the geeks on social media. Folks, go watch Jinder Mahal wrestle. Go watch Jinder Mahal wrestle. Now, granted, he is more of an old school heel, which is fine. But this is the guy that they booked to win the WWE Championship on SmackDown from Randy Orton. The guy that they put SmackDown on at the top, this guy was burdened with carrying that show on his shoulders in 2017. He nearly killed the show. And then you want me to embrace this guy and welcome him back to Monday Night Raw? What are you, fucking mental? Are you serious? Are you seriously implying that I welcome this guy back with open arms in 2021? After he almost killed SmackDown in 2017, after they were coming out of one of their best years ever in 2016. Oh yeah, let me do that. Let me do that. I'm sure that would please all the fucking geeks on social media. Number 2, have you ever watched Jinder Mahal wrestle? The guy wrestles like he's working in quicksand. The guy wrestles as if he's like a fucking piece of glass. He doesn't move. He doesn't bend. He looks as stiff as a fucking corpse out there. But this guy is a great professional wrestler, says the geeks on social media. I'd love to find out where. I said it on Saturday when I did Off the Script, and I'm going to tell you word for fucking word, man. This guy is either A, going to be placed at the top as number 1 contender when Drew McIntyre wins that WWE title at Backlash. He is going to be the number 1 guy for Drew McIntyre this summer. Or B, he's going to win Money in the Bank, and then he's going to cash in on Drew and take the title from somebody. Whether it's Drew or Lashley, I don't know. WWE's got a plethora of ways to make this guy WWE champion. This guy could win Money in the Bank and cash in on Bobby Lashley and beat Bobby Lashley, making it unfair. Keeping Bobby Lashley looking strong if they wanted Bobby Lashley to walk out of Backlash as the WWE champion by pinning Braun Strowman, leaving Drew McIntyre in that babyface chase. But it makes no sense to me to put the title on Drew McIntyre only to have him lose it to Mahal 2 or 3 months later and then go back and forth between those two. You might as well just keep him in the chase all this time. So which one do you like better? Mahal beating McIntyre clean this summer at SummerSlam? Or do you like Mahal winning the Money in the Bank, cashing in, and then beating Bobby Lashley while Drew takes the title off Mahal? I think that one is a little bit more likely, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. Either way, I stand corrected. Either way, I stand corrected. They are certainly setting you up for Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal this summer for the WWE title, folks. Man, do I fucking love being right. I called this shit like fucking months ago. This shit is gonna kill, just like he killed SmackDown in 2007. This shit's gonna kill Raw. I don't know how much more you could kill Raw. That's what you're gonna be looking at the top of the card. That's what you're gonna be looking at the top of the card on Monday Night Raw, folks. Holy shit. Is that awful? And if you don't think so, man, they really fucking nailed it home during this match. Former WWE champion. They even had Jinder Mahal cut a fucking promo for WWE.com. He's back with new friends, and he's got a goal to win the WWE Championship, folks. They're not putting that out there to make it sound good. That's exactly what they're doing. And why? Because Drew McIntyre has no other heels on Monday Night Raw. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Bruce? It's what happens when you don't build anybody up. It's what happens when you sit on people and do nothing with your roster. Colossus in 3 minutes. Jeff Hardy is all but done in the WWE. All but done. I don't know when his contract is up. Maybe he's got another year or so. But this guy is finished. This is the last you will see him in WWE until he goes back into the Hall of Fame. Done. He'll be in AEW with Matt, and they're going to ride off into the sunset together and chase those tag team championships in one final run. That's what they're going to do. Jaxson Ryker was backstage with Elias. They had this geek carrying a basket of tomatoes. So WWE knows that the segment sucked, and they just keep egging everybody on. Oh, look, Jaxson Ryker's got a bucket of or basket of tomatoes. It's great. It's great. Styles and Omos showed up Elias said he had a song for them. Styles didn't want to hear it and wanted to take things more seriously, almost then squash a tomato in his hand. Squished tomato in his hand. He said those are his plans for the match. Styles then said, "We hate tomatoes." I mean, who the fuck hates tomatoes, man? Seriously, give me a nice caprese salad. Seriously. You know what the best salad is, man? You know what I love when you go to the nice Italian restaurants, those nice Italian restaurants, man? You sit down and then you see on the appetizer menu the fresh, large tomatoes with the buffalo mozzarella cheese. You got a nice platter of tomato cheese, and you drizzle it in some balsamic vinegar, man. Oh! Who doesn't like tomatoes? Something wrong with AJ Styles, man, I'll tell you that. Matt Riddle and Randy Orton with the New Day. It's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. They battled Elias, Jaxson, Ryker, and the team of AJ Styles and Omos. This match meant, listen, man, this match meant absolutely nothing. If anything, this was a prelude to what is going to happen with the tag team championships. This is Matt Riddle and Randy Orton pretty much eyeing AJ Styles and Omos for the tag team championships. That's what's going to happen. So, Orton wins it for his team here. There was a little bit here where the heels worked over Woods for a while. He finally tagged in Riddle. Riddle gave Elias a bro Derek, almost broke up the cover. Orton blind tagged in. Riddle came off the top, but almost swatted him out of the air like a fly. Styles was down on the mat outside the ring. New Day spun him around and around like they were playing some sort of fucking backyard game or playground game. This then prompted Omos to leave the ring and go towards them and try to save AJ Styles. This allowed Orton to give Elias an RKO. 1, 2, 3, and that was pretty much it. 8-man tag goes about 10 minutes or so. Completely worthless. Afterwards, Orton gave Kofi and Xavier a pair of RKOs. Riddle asked how they're going to have any friends if he keeps doing stuff like that. Orton's music hit, and he walked to the back. He didn't even say anything to Matt Riddle. He just turned his back on him and walked away. And that was pretty much it. Matt Riddle stayed and tried to help the New Day up because they've been buddy-buddy backstage. But the team of Orton and Riddle, I will say this. I don't mind it. I'm looking at this with open mind. I really am. I'm looking at this the way that I did with Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne in NXT. I didn't like the pairing initially, but I grew to like it, especially when they won the Dusty Classic and then they won the Tag Team Championships. It was a great moment. But this is not that. I don't think it's going to be as genuine as that. I don't think it's going to be as entertaining as that. But I do see this being one of the very, and I mean very few bright spots on this show. And I don't necessarily agree with it because, again, they're not a real tag team. They're not a real tag team. But I'm going to be very open-minded about this. The tag team division really doesn't sit well with me in general. If you look up and down the tag team division, there's not really any solid teams outside of the New Day and the Viking Raiders. If you want to count Miz and Morrison, fine, but I haven't seen them do anything in the tag team division in months, really. The Viking Raiders and the New Day. Every other team is a thrown-together tag team. Matt Riddle and Randy Orton is only a duo or pairing because Randy Orton has nothing else to do. Matt Riddle has nothing else to do. So they took two guys that have nothing else to do and paired them together. And who are you really going to put against AJ Styles and Omos and really make it competitive? AJ Styles is a singles wrestler pretending to be a tag team wrestler so that they could get Omos over. So who are you going to put in that situation? They already beat the New Day twice. The Viking Raiders, WWE management is not going to put the Viking Raiders in that situation. They're going to put AJ Styles in the ring with guys that AJ Styles should be in the ring with. So they paired Randy Orton with Matt Riddle, and that's going to be your tag team match. That's going to be your SummerSlam match. Randy Orton and Matt Riddle are going to win those titles. It may actually happen before SummerSlam, for all we fucking know. But they're going to win those tag team championships because they are the only other superstar team that could take those titles off of AJ Styles and Omos. Tag team division is dead. To the fucking casual watching this show, oh, look, WWE's got a thriving tag team division. No, they don't. None of these teams are actually tag teams. WWE could break these guys up in 1 week and there'd be no division. Ridiculous. Backstage, Rhea Ripley. She walked up to Asuka in Sonya's office. She said they've been at each other's throats for weeks, but she was given a good idea earlier. She said they can focus on the triple threat match on Sunday and beat the shit out of each other later on in a one-on-one match to get their frustrations out of the way. Ripley then said, that must have been Charlotte's idea. I saw Charlotte in here earlier in the evening. Asuka says she's ready to compete tonight, but she's ready to compete again because... Oh, she's already competed tonight. I'm sorry. She's already competed tonight, but she's ready to compete again because she's ready for Ripley, she says. Ripley said Charlotte can have all the good ideas she wants. It won't stop her from going after her on Sunday. Sonya seemed very pleased when they both left her office. So this Sonya-Charlotte Flair thing is going back and forth, and they seem to be a duo. They seem to be a pairing or buddy-buddy, friends, whatever the case may be. But Rhea Ripley, man, another horrendous night on the microphone. Don't know why they continue to give her mic time. She is just genuinely fucking awful. She doesn't come off genuine at all. She sounds overly scripted. She literally recites what she's trying to memorize in that way. She's literally regurgitating memorized lines with no feeling whatsoever. What you're hearing is not Rhea Ripley. What you're hearing is her trying desperately to remember her lines for this promo, and it sounds like the guy who is writing the fucking promo. That's what it sounds like. But Rhea Ripley is taking acting classes to help improve her WWE character. That was in the news this week. She spoke and sat down with Mr. Whole Foods, fuckface with the emo haircut, who's got terrible opinions that works on Fox. Sat down with that clown, and she discussed taking acting classes. They have helped Ripley come out of her shell a bit, she says. She's naturally a shy person, which is a huge difference from the character she portrays on the screen. Maybe we should keep her as a shy character who doesn't speak much. Yeah, definitely, she says. My confidence isn't huge in my everyday life. I'm a really shy person. I'm not very confident. I'm not good at keeping a conversation and being a larger-than-life person. But when I'm in the ring, that's where I get all my confidence. That's where I get to be Rhea Ripley, but still be myself. I definitely want to be myself as in like Rhea Ripley, but I do want to have some of that same confidence that everyone seems to have all the time. I'm working on it. You got to work a little faster, honey. You ain't doing all that well on the main roster so far. She sounds genuinely awful. One of the worst promos on Monday night. Every time I hear her speak, legitimately every time I see her walk down the aisle, it makes me cringe. She is so fucking overproduced. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. Go and watch her, man. Everything she does, from her mannerisms to her body language to her entrance, it's just overproduced. They took something that was genuine and they ruined it. They ruined it. Go back and look at her 2 years ago, Survivor Series, man. When she was on that 1 week tear, she won the championship from Shayna Baszler that year. That Survivor Series year where NXT was involved, she was a big focus around that. Go look at that, Rhea Ripley, and then tell me that I'm wrong. Go look at that Rhea Ripley and compare it to this Rhea Ripley. It's going to be complete polar opposites in look, in attitude, in the way she was booked, in the way she came off. That was Rhea Ripley with confidence. Whatever she's talking about here, the confidence that she had was killed when she lost to Charlotte. Rhea Ripley's confidence was fucking buried when she lost to Charlotte. And this is a woman struggling still from that moment to find her place on this roster, to find that character that she once did so well, trying to find it after WWE sucked the fucking life out of her. That's what she means. She is awful. I don't care what anyone says, man. She is awful. She's lucky to even be the Raw Women's Champion, man. Her holding that shit, she's not done anything with the title to make it feel important. Rhea Ripley, of all people, man, such a bright, young, promising female professional wrestler. You give her the championship, and that is the type of person that you built up before you buried her, that you put the title on to really make it feel special. The title would make her feel special, and she would make the title feel special. Have you felt that at all with Rhea Ripley? I'll give you a fucking clue, folks. No, and if you tell me otherwise, you're a complete fucking blithering idiot. That title is as dead could be. Yeah, but they want to put it on Charlotte. By all means, put it on Charlotte. It's not going to make a fucking lick of a difference. Charlotte holding the title, Rhea Ripley holding the title, Dana Brooke holding the title. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same in anyone's hands. The women's division is fucking dead. Dead. Couldn't wait to read that story. Kevin Patrick was backstage. Asked MVP and Lashley what he has to prove tonight against Drew. MVP accused him of being disrespectful. He said perhaps he missed WrestleMania because Lashley already proved he's the better man. He said this is like a sequel with a foregone conclusion. Lashley said he already proved he could beat Drew and Braun. He said he'll beat Drew again tonight. Patrick said reports have suggested he made a business proposition to Braun Strowman earlier to help take out Drew before Sunday. MVP says that they don't comment on business propositions that are ongoing. Seen a video package of Sheamus beating up Humberto Carillo last week. Sheamus was in the middle of the ring cutting a promo and said that the clip proved he is the baddest man on the planet. Said a couple of weeks ago, Pierce told him about the legacy of the United States Championship and how, if he were to follow in the footsteps of prior champions, he should defend his title every night. Now, I would rather you not do that because that is just an easy excuse for WWE creatively. That's WWE being uncreative. How many times have they done an open challenge or used the United States Championship and taken that and defended it every night or every week? If you defended it every week, you'd run through possible pay-per-view matches every fucking week. You'd run through the gambit of matches in about a month. Give me a break. It only lasts so long when you do that gimmick and that shtick. So he should defend his title every night, says Adam Pearce. He asks why he would want to walk in the footsteps of all those has-beens who came before him when he can build a path or legacy of his own. He pointed then at Adnan Virk on commentary, did Sheamus, and he says, Adnan Virk, this guy over here, he's out of his depth on commentary. Now, I don't know what the fuck that was implying, but having Sheamus, of all guys, point to Adnan Virk and say that he's out of his depth on commentary, I don't look at that as a good thing, bro. Sheamus is a veteran. He's got seniority out the ass on this show. Out of his depth on commentary? Bro, you were just buried live on Monday Night Raw. Good for him. He sucks anyway. And prior U.S. champions would have probably given him a title shot, he says. Prior U.S. champions would have given Adnan Virk a title shot. Buried. And here's the cherry on top of that burial Sunday. He said, Humberto is going to become the meme of the week after taking a nasty bro kick to the side of his head. He told him to come out and get his comeuppance. Sounds like meme of the week goes to Humberto after what happened in the ending of this match. Let me see. I want to throw this out there for you guys. I want to throw this out there for you guys. I know there was a troll account going around on social media. John Cena's returning to Monday Night Raw in 2 weeks. Now, I don't know what John Cena is doing as far as his filming commitments go. And I don't know what WWE's got planned for Sheamus, but by the looks of it, they got Humberto Carillo and Mansoor as the top guys going for the United States Championship. By the way, where was Mansoor tonight? Made his debut last week. He wasn't on the show this week. This guy will be in fucking catering in about 3 weeks. Sheamus is on the show. He's feuding with Mansoor. He's feuding with Humberto. This doesn't really bode well for Sheamus or the United States Championship, folks. There was a troll account going around on social media saying John Cena's coming back. John Cena on his Instagram page Instagrammed a picture of the WWE logo, which got people talking, thinking that John Cena is cryptically tweeting about a possible WWE return. God help us all, because we all know that this show needs something desperate to get people's attention. But it almost sounded like, and I thought about that Instagram picture when Sheamus was cutting this promo. What if WWE is indirectly implying that Sheamus and John Cena are going to battle over the United States Championship? Now, I don't know if John Cena is willing to come back and battle somebody that he's battled up and down, left and right over a United States Championship. I don't know if that is really the creative genius plan to bring John Cena back to WWE television. But the fact of the matter is, he implied that former U.S. champions would have probably given him a shot, and he asked why he would want to walk in the footsteps of all those has-beens after Adam Pearce told him he should pretty much defend the championship every week. Who was the last and greatest United States champion of the modern era, this little era that we're in, the last of the great United States champions to do a open challenge like that on Monday Night Raw? It was John Cena. And John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge every week was probably one of the best parts of Monday Night Raw in that time. Could they be implying John Cena is coming back to wrestle Sheamus for the United States Championship? I don't know if that's greater than having him come back and wrestle for number 17, but it could be something. It could be something. Or I could be just talking out my ass. I don't know. But this is the shit I think about when I'm watching this show. This is what I listen for when I watch this show. So let me know what you guys think about that one down below. It almost implied that John Cena is coming back without actually mentioning the name John Cena. Sheamus versus Humberto! Carillo. Humberto Carillo. This match went about 8 minutes. Not much to the match outside of the ending. Carillo tried for a baseball slide. Sheamus caught him, kind of. Yanked him out of the ring. Chucked him over the barricade, which looked fucking brutal. He landed somewhere into the timekeeper's area. It looked like he bounced all over the place like a ping pong ball. Sheamus was in control. Carillo brought him down from the top rope with a Hurricane Carana. Carillo, Sheamus called him in the promo. Carillo, of course Sheamus would. Followed with a sunset flip bomb to the outside, but Sheamus landed right on top of Humberto Carillo. Carillo appeared to be hurt for real. The referee called an audible, is what I read on social media. The X didn't go up, but it might as well should have gone up. Referee called an audible. The match ended out of nowhere as Sheamus was laying over in the corner by himself, and the medical team came over to check on Humberto Carillo as it looked like he was legitimately injured. Now, I don't want to get anybody injured here. I don't want anybody to be legitimately hurt, but that was awful. That botch looked awful, man. Sheamus is not a small guy. And when you're doing a sunset flip bomb and that shit goes wrong, just imagine a sunset bomb through the ropes to the outside on the floor, and Sheamus lands directly on top of you with all of his weight coming down in midair like that on top of you as your head is hitting the fucking floor on the outside. Who knows what happened? Sheamus at least had Humberto to land on. It looked like it sucked for him even. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. So I don't know where they're going from here. If Humberto is not ready to go, they may go with Mansoor at Backlash. Who knows? Who knows? Eva Marie. They aired an Eva Marie promo package, the same one as last week. And then later in the show, they did another one. Might as well talk about this now. Eva Marie, the first promo she did, she was talking about coming back to where she started it all and how it's going to be an evolution. She's standing on this beautiful sports car and she's posing and she's in all these different positions. She's laying across the hood of the car. She's standing there with her hands on her hips. She's looking all seductive and provocative, right? Then this week, they air another promo. So we got two Eva Marie video packages on their show. Are they really going to push her to the moon? Or are they going to push her to the fucking moon? This week, we got a video package of Eva Marie in a photo shoot. She's being photographed, and it's almost like she's modeling for a fucking calendar. Like she's doing a photo shoot for a magazine, GQ magazine or Maxim magazine or something like that. Nothing in these vignettes, nothing in these video packages. Is there anything wrestling related with Eva Marie? Where is the pro wrestling aspect of Eva Marie? If Eva Marie is so much better than what she was when she was first here, why don't you show me pictures of her training? Why don't you show me video of her sparring in the ring? What has she learned? Has she learned anything new? The only difference I see is that her hair is slightly pink compared to last time I saw her, where it was bright red. Now it's a mixture of pink/red. That's all I see the difference. Where is the pro wrestling aspect of Eva Marie in these video packages? Just like I said last week, Eva Marie being brought back when John Laurinaitis, people power, people power. Johnny Ace. In fact, that Johnny Ace is back as head of talent relations, and Eva Marie is back on Monday Night Raw. You think that's not a fucking coincidence? Oh, it certainly is to me. The fact that he's back, I give Eva Marie till the end of the year, which is Raw Women's Champion. I don't understand that. I really don't. This is the personification of fucking everything wrong with women's wrestling right here. These video packages. You got Sasha Banks and you got Charlotte. I'll even throw her in there, even though she's fucking awful. Charlotte, Becky, Asuka, Bayley, right? You got all of these women that have fucking built this revolution. And Eva Marie is back and she's shitting on the revolution one video package at a time. I see nothing in these video packages that really resemble women's revolution. This is a de-evolution of women's wrestling. I'm going to coin the hashtag de-evolution. That's what I'm going to do. This shit sucks. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for her to get back in the ring. I can't. She's going to be under such a fucking highly magnified microscope, man. She ain't going to get past me with anything. This shit is awful. Yet there's geeks out there that are praising you. I can't wait for Eva Marie to be back. I can't wait to see her do what she does. And what does she do? What does she do? It's an embarrassment to women's wrestling. Fucking ridiculous. Seen a video package on the Lucha House Party. They were speaking lines in Spanish. Dorado was speaking in English, and Gran Metalik was speaking in Spanish. Hey, the Lucha House Party are getting a special treatment. After years and years and years and years, now you want to give them a fucking video package. Why all of a sudden you're giving them a fucking video package? You buried them into oblivion, and now you expect me to care about the Lucha House Party after a cool little video package like this. They're Lucha lit, they said. I want to light this fucking show on fire. Never mind Lucha lit. We're going to get into Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin in just a little bit. But before I do that, guys, I want to shout out my sponsor for today's show, Blue Chew. After a show like this, man, you're going to need some Blue Chew. Let me tell you, don't take it out on your wife. Don't take it out on your partner. Don't take it out on your girlfriend, man. You're going to need Blue Chew. You're going to need a Blue Chew, and you're going to need to fucking make things right. After a Monday Night Raw like this, holy shit. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Blue Chew, guys. It's been one hell of a year, guys. Personally, I can't wait to see it all just go back to normal. If you're like me, you're feeling your age more than you're used to with everything that's going on. But don't feel old in the bedroom, man. Don't feel old in the bedroom. It's time to snap out of it. Spring is here. Spring has sprung. So now it's time for a Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable, and it comes at the fraction of a cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve stronger erections to combat all forms of ED. Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your front door in a very discreet package. Process is very simple, guys. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers also work with you to find the right ingredients and strength for your prescription. And like I said, man, they're chewable. You don't like swallowing pills? Don't worry about it. They're chewable. No more of those big horse pills that you see. Blue Chew's tablets are also made in the USA, and they ship and prepare direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy. So if you guys could benefit from more confidence in the bedroom when it's time to perform, go get some Blue Chew, man. Go get some Blue Chew. You guys are going to use code JD at checkout for your free sample. All you guys got to do is go to gobluechew.com/JDfromNY. That is go.bluechew.com/JDNY. Use code JD for free. Link is in the description. And I want to thank them for supporting the podcast right here on Off the Script, man. Awesome. Awesome to have Blue Chew a part of the OTS family, man. Moving on with the rest of this show, Cedric Alexander versus Shelton Benjamin. This match had a hidden stipulation in it, folks. Like I told you before, this match had a unadvertised stipulation. What was that? I'll tell you in a second. It was Shelton Benjamin versus Cedric Alexander to see who Vince McMahon hates the least. That was the stipulation in this match. Who does Vince McMahon hate the least out of Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin? Now, I will say this. I think these two could put on a great match. I think these two guys are great professional wrestlers. I think they could put on a great match anytime you put them in the ring together. But it goes to show you what WWE thinks about Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin and the fact that they broke up the Hurt Business and they broke them up as a team after the Hurt Business. It shows you exactly where WWE puts these guys on the hierarchy, on the pedestal of WWE superstars. They're at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the barrel. I would have preferred that this be a Backlash match over a Damien Priest and a Miz. Or anything else that is slightly undercard on that show. I don't know why we're getting this a week after they broke up on the following Monday Night Raw. Why isn't this a Backlash match? Yeah, it might not fit into the WrestleMania Backlash gimmick that they got going on, but, I mean, it fits the Backlash gimmick. They broke up as a tag team. The Hurt Business was broken up. The backlash from that is these guys breaking up and now feuding. Why isn't this happening at the pay-per-view? Why don't you give Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin a nice pay-per-view spot for about 10 to 12 minutes to go in there and do what they got to do? It would have been great. But no, we get it on Monday Night Raw in 5 minutes in a stipulation of who Vince McMahon hates the least. So who exactly won this match? Shelton Benjamin won with this match with a T-bone suplex. Broke out the old school T-bone suplex for the win over Cedric Alexander. And it looks like Shelton Benjamin is hated least by Vince McMahon. Cedric Alexander cannot cut a break. I would be a betting man and say, I think Cedric Alexander is leaving WWE when his contract is up. There's no reason for him to remain. There's none. Now, I don't know why they're punishing him. I don't know why they're taking it out on him. I don't know why they de-push him to push him. De-push him to push him. This is not how you build new superstars on this show. This is not how you build credible fucking performers on your show. This is not how you build people on this show that people want to invest their time in watching. You don't do that. Now, what was it exactly? I don't know that got Cedric Alexander buried on this show again. Vince McMahon doesn't want to push him. Who knows what the fucking problem is? But it just sucks that you got two guys as talented as these two. They find nothing to do with them, and they were actually a very good tag team. Look like they fit together, and then you break them up. Maybe it has to do with Cedric Alexander all those months ago. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was early in the year. He was photographed behind the scenes or backstage at Revolution, maybe. Or at Full Gear, I think it was AEW's last, one of the last two pay-per-views that they did. There was an Instagram post about Cedric being backstage. He was in a picture with his wife and Will Hobbs. I don't know. Who knows why they're burying this guy? But for all I know, WWE is wasting not only Cedric, but Shelton as well. This shit sucks. If he is really done with the WWE when his contract is up, I would not advise this guy to return. I'd go somewhere else, anywhere but WWE. Drew Gulak. He interrupted a photo shoot of Angel Garza. He was having pictures taken of him. He was holding the rose in his mouth. He was posing with that red rose he's got. Gulak asked if he was... Imagine if this guy with the red rose has anything to do with Eva Marie. There was a rumor going around as well that the Velveteen Dream was backstage during Monday Night Raw. The Velveteen Dream was backstage during Monday Night Raw. Now, clearly he wasn't used on their show. Otherwise, it would have been a fucking shitstorm on social media. But Velveteen Dream was backstage reportedly, says Mike Johnson of PW Insider. He was not used tonight. Imagine if Eva Marie is brought in to manage the Velveteen Dream. Imagine that. Because I said last week, I don't know if she's going to wrestle or manage. Evolution. Velveteen could use something. I don't know if he's going to be accepted or embraced, but stranger things have happened, man. Well, Gulak was backstage. Gulak asked if he was auditioning for The Bachelor. Garza tried to blow him off, but Gulak wouldn't leave. Garza says he might shove the rose down his throat next time. Last week, he kicked the rose up his ass, or he shoved the rose up his ass. This week, he's going to shove the rose down his throat. Maybe that's a pre-show match for Backlash. Who knows? Not that I would care, but who knows? Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. This one went 12 minutes. Charlotte was out there watching from the commentary table because she's always got to be out there. Everybody in these triple threat matches got to have somebody sitting outside. The third person's always got to be sitting outside watching and observing. The first two matches with Asuka and Rhea Ripley were not all that good. This one wasn't good either. I found nothing in this match that was remotely entertaining. The same shit as the last two. Like I said, Charlotte was on commentary. Ripley was in control over Asuka. Asuka started to make a babyface comeback. Is Rhea Ripley a heel? She's working heel, correct? So I'm right when I say Asuka is working a babyface comeback. Because I would assume Rhea Ripley's the heel. Gotta be heel. Asuka came back with a sliding knee on the apron. Ripley then threw Asuka outside the ring, and she went face-to-face with Charlotte. Of course she did. Ripley attacked Asuka from behind and followed with a Northern Light suplex in the ring for a 2. Asuka countered a Riptide, got a code breaker out of it for a near fall. Ripley rolled to the outside and decided to confront Charlotte like a dumb heel. Asuka flew with a running hip attack off the announce table and followed with a missile dropkick in the ring on Ripley for a 2. Ripley came right back with a kick to the head and a Riptide for the 1, 2, 3. Asuka loses clean to Rhea Ripley. Asuka is solidified as a loser. So what they did here, folks, I'm assuming, is Asuka lost clean. Asuka lost clean. Rhea Ripley got the big decisive victory over the former women's champion. Asuka's not winning the championship back on Sunday. So what this does is Asuka loses clean. Ripley gets her big win over the ex-champion. Charlotte maybe pins Asuka and wins the championship, keeping Ripley looking strong. Why would you pin Rhea Ripley? I don't know. But knowing WWE, knowing Charlotte, that's exactly what's going to happen. Charlotte was in a triple threat match with Ripley and Io Shirai at last year's NXT TakeOver in Your House, which, by the way, is coming back this summer. Charlotte was in a triple threat match with Io and Rhea Ripley. Charlotte lost the championship by pinning, or by not being pinned, rather. Charlotte lost the championship with Io pinning Rhea Ripley in that triple threat match at TakeOver in Your House. So she wasn't even factored into the deciding pinfall. But in this match, Charlotte, who probably is going to win the championship, will more than likely pin Rhea because that's what Charlotte does. But I would assume she pins Asuka and wins the championship, keeping Ripley looking strong. That's the logical thing to do. But either way, Charlotte Flair is going to be the new Raw Women's Champion, and it's going to do absolutely nothing for the Raw Women's Division. Nothing. The Queen. What is this now? 14 title reigns? 15 title reigns? Anybody counting? Backstage, Kevin Patrick interviewed Drew McIntyre. He asked why he attacked Lashley and Strowman last week. Drew says it was proudly his fault. Both of them got laid out by Claymore kicks. Said he had no intention of getting involved until Braun put his putrid, filthy hands on him. Says he's going to connect with the Claymore tonight, which he wasn't able to do at WrestleMania. And then he will go on to become the WWE champion again on Sunday. John Morrison versus Damien Priest. This one went 10 minutes. Morrison was in control for a little bit. Clothesline Priest over the top rope to the floor. Miz was getting in some cheap shots on the outside. Morrison threw him back in the ring. Controlled the match for a little bit. Priest made a babyface comeback. Leapt off the top rope with a beautiful spinning heel kick. He went for a cover, got a 2 count. Morrison rolled Priest up for a 2. Priest came back, set up his finisher, but Miz distracted the ref. Morrison then used a crucifix leverage pin for a 2 count. And the distraction didn't work, so Miz jumps down to the outside. And this actually cost Morrison the match. And Priest took advantage of Morrison being distracted by the Miz, trying to help him win with the distraction. Priest landed, hit the lights for the win, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, Damien Priest wins. I actually thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought it was going to be John Morrison pinning Damien Priest and him getting the stipulation, having Priest go into Backlash with the odds against him because it's 2-on-1. You got Miz on the outside, right? Helping Morrison here. More than likely with Miz at Backlash, Morrison would be on the outside helping him. I thought Priest was going to lose this match, have the stipulation go to the heels, and have Damien Priest fight from behind, overcoming the odds as the overcoming valiant babyface. That's what I thought was going to happen here. But WWE surprised me with Priest winning, and more than likely, Priest is going to win again at Backlash, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. After the match, Miz attacked Priest with a barrage of punches. Priest blocked his attempt at a skull-crushing finale. Miz ran to the stage. Priest took his anger on Morrison, giving him a devastating hit the lights as Miz watched from the stage. I really, really, really hope that they're planning a split between Miz and John Morrison. I said this weeks ago. I've been saying it for a very long time. Miz is better when he's with Maurice. Miz is better when he's on his own. But he's better when he's with Maurice. The pairing just makes a lot more sense. I think we are so over the Miz and Morrison pairing, and I know everybody agrees with me. Morrison is much better on his own. If Morrison goes babyface and goes on his own, that's the way it should be. Split him from the Miz and break this duo up, man. It's so tired and formulaic and boring. Get rid of it. If this leads to Morrison breaking away from the Miz and going on his own and becoming a babyface out of it, I am all for it. I really am. Because he could be a guy that could challenge for a U.S. title. If he's built up properly and seriously, I could see him challenge for a WWE championship. That's what needs to happen for John Morrison. Get him away from the Miz. I think the Miz, for all these years, that ever since they paired him together with the Miz, I just think it's been his downfall. It's actually hurt John Morrison more than it's helped him. He looks like a geek. He's a clown. That role is for the Miz. John Morrison deserves so much better. Adam Pearce was writing in a notebook backstage. Priest walked in all sweaty. Priest then comes up to Adam Pearce and says, I want my stipulation to be a lumberjack match on Sunday night. Out of all the matches to make this match interesting, you pick a fucking lumberjack match? Couldn't be a no DQ match. Couldn't be a strap match. A fucking false count anywhere match. No, it's got to be a lumberjack match. The most boring match in WWE history. The most ridiculous match in WWE history. A fucking lumberjack match. So I didn't care about the match going in, and now I really don't give a shit about the match because they chose the one stipulation that I can't fucking stand. A lumberjack match. Great. I know where I'll be when Damien Priest and The Miz are on television. And I enjoy Damien Priest. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. This was a non-title match. This was your main event. I ranted about this in the open of the show. Completely ridiculous and a goddamn waste of time. This went about 14 minutes. They wrestled back and forth, jockeying for position for a little bit. McIntyre hit an overhead suplex on the outside. Lashley hit a flatliner in a comeback, went for a near fall. McIntyre fought back, hit a big vertical suplex. Lashley knocked McIntyre off the ring apron before driving him into the ring post. Lashley went for a spear, but McIntyre threw him into the turnbuckle. McIntyre then hit consecutive overhead suplexes, a neck breaker, a headbutt, spine buster. Got a nice little barrage of offense on Bobby Lashley. McIntyre went for a Claymore kick, but Lashley knocked him down with a running body block. Lashley tried applying the Hurt Lock, but McIntyre did his best to block it, so Lashley just suplexed him instead. McIntyre came right back with the Claymore kick, and then at this point, Braun Strowman's music hits, and Drew McIntyre is looking around like a fucking idiot. He's looking around like a geek. He hits the Claymore kick. Strowman's music goes off, and he's distracted by Braun Strowman's music, when all he had to do was hit his finisher and go for the cover. And he didn't do it. Yet I'm supposed to take these guys seriously. I'm supposed to take this match seriously. Unbelievable. Dumb fucking baby faces, man. I can't stand it. Who books this shit? Every single time there's a fucking outcome that is clear as day that should be happening in the ring, somebody's music goes off, and somebody, whether it's a heel or babyface, oh, music! Oh, look, it's Braun Strowman! Ridiculous. So Strowman's music hits. McIntyre turns his attention to the stage. Anthony hit the Claymore kick. Strowman attacked him from behind, and it ended in a DQ. Strowman laid him out with the power slam, McIntyre. Strowman helped Lashley get to his feet, but laid him out with the power slam as well. Strowman gave McIntyre another power slam before slamming Lashley through the barricade. He did the whee! The Strowman Express! He did the Strowman Express through Lashley, through the barricade on the outside, and he stood tall as the show ended. So it looks like, I'll tell you who's not winning the WWE Championship on Sunday. Braun Strowman is not winning the WWE Championship on Sunday. Either Bobby Lashley retains by pinning Strowman, or Drew McIntyre wins the title by pinning Braun Strowman. The ending of this match was fucking garbage. The match itself being booked was fucking garbage. Why are you booking a match with such a predictable outcome? I really don't understand it. You got Bobby Lashley, who's the WWE champion, who should not be wrestling as much as he does on TV because he's the WWE champion. He should be sought after. The championship should mean something. You don't see Roman Reigns wrestling every fucking week on SmackDown. Yet Bobby Lashley's wrestling every fucking week. Almost every week. Why? He's the WWE champion. He is certainly not losing. Drew McIntyre's also in the main event. He can't lose. I don't understand this shit. These two just wrestled at WrestleMania with Bobby Lashley going over clean. He's not going to beat Drew McIntyre again decisively 1 week before your pay-per-view on Sunday. So the only outcome was either a no contest or a DQ. And which one did WWE go with? They went with the DQ because Braun Strowman's also in this match and they had to get him involved in some way, shape, or form. But Drew McIntyre looks like a fucking dummy because his music went off, Strowman's music went off, and he got distracted after he hit his dreaded Claymore kick. Lazy booking, man. It took WWE 40 writers to write that ending. 40 fucking writers to write that ending. And then it took Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard to look over the script and deem that as a productive and worthwhile ending to Monday Night Raw for the go-home show for Backlash. Somebody with a fucking brain in a suit and tie wrote that ending to this show. If you accept mediocrity like you do on this show, man, you're the fucking problem as to why this show is as bad as it is. You are the fucking cancer that is ruining Monday Night Raw. If you accept shit like this, oh, but it was a good match. I don't give a fuck if it was a 7-star Meltzer-rated match. I don't care. How many times have we seen it? How many times could you accept it? And why would you put a match on TV where you knew the outcome last week? Then people wonder why. Why aren't people watching Monday Night Raw? WWE's probably wondering, why are the ratings so low? Why does your creative suck so much? Why do your matches and fucking booking on this show every week suck? You don't create engaging television. You're pretty much driving people away with that fucking ending. Where's the cliffhanger? Do I sense that Braun Strowman's winning the title? I don't think so. Do I get a sense that Bobby Lashley's in peril? I don't think so. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful, man. Monday Night Raw is the worst. It continues to get worse and worse every fucking week. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. If you don't enjoy it, man, if you don't enjoy what I say, get the fuck out of here, man. Really. Spencer Rupert, what happened? JD Suz. JD Suz. Hi, Suz. Hi, Suz. You're a fucking idiot. How about that? I appreciate you guys stopping by, man. If you guys want to hang out for a little bit, we got some super chats to go over. Super chats are open. Follow me on Twitter at JDfromNY206. It's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out Blue Chew, man. go.bluechew.com/JDNY. Link is down in the description below. Get you free, man. It's fucking free. Go get it. Free sample of Blue Chew, man. Go check out all my other great sponsors as well. And go check out all the content that you missed on the channel so far. Off the Script 375. We got SmackDown last week. We got some great stuff coming up. Hit that thumbs up as well, guys. We are at 707 likes, man. If we could get to 800, that's the goal. 800. You guys did a great job tonight, man. I appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up and let's get to 800 likes, and hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications, man. We are here every single week. The #1 show live every week in the IWC is this show, man. You're watching the #1 live show on YouTube in the internet wrestling community every single week, right here on Off the Script. Why? So I'm fucking great at what I do, man. I'm one of a kind. Nobody does it like me. I know you guys are asking for a benched t-shirt, man. I gotta have Salrex make something. A benched 316 shirt? I could do that. With the Off the Script logo on it, benched 316. Or how about the bench business, or the Truth Hurts business, or something like that? Somebody gave me those ideas. I think Hooligram gave me the benched business shirt, or the Truth Hurts business, or one of them. Anyway, let's get these super chats out of the way, man. Let's see. I gotta go into my setting. Oh God, man, YouTube. I gotta message YouTube, bro. The super chats do not show up in the studio, in the live control room. I don't understand why. It's so weird. I gotta go into my YouTube studio and read all the super chats. All right, here we go. Lauren Hutton with a $2 super chat. Can't wait till Orton turns. Lauren Hutton. Holy shit, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 $2 super chats by Lauren Hutton. Let's read these one by one. Can't wait till Orton turns on Riddle. It's probably going to happen. Do you see a Charlotte and Alexa feud after Sunday? Not after Sunday, but I could definitely see it happening in the immediate future. JD is good. Jinder versus Drew at SummerSlam. Orton's face while teaming with Riddle has me crying. Saxton is annoying as fuck. He's not good in commentary. New Day getting RKO'd was the best part of Raw. It's a lot of super chats, Lauren. Thank you so much. I would recommend, though, if you want to donate $12, Lauren, you could donate $12 instead of doing 6 $2 super chats. Just throwing that out there. I appreciate you, though. It's like going to the bar and leaving change for tips. Nobody likes it. Just saying. Captain Solo, $5 super chat. Who's the better heel, Triple H in his prime or Roman Reigns now? And were you ever a fan of System of a Down? Yes, I was, and then they got political, and then they pretty much made shit music. I stopped listening after Toxicity. Who's the better heel, Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns is more my style of heel, bro. Gregory Benson with a $4.99 super chat. Charlotte was on commentary thinking about pulling a Roman Reigns this Sunday by pinning both Rhea and Asuka, burying 2 careers in one night. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually is the case. I would not be surprised if they do that, bro. This women's division continues to be the absolute worst division in all of professional wrestling, bar none. I mean, we got Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, Nia Jax, Eva Marie. on the show. Lana. Come on, bro. Gregory Benson with the 2 $4.99 super chats. I appreciate you, man. DX Tricksters with a $5 UK super chat. I find it incredible that USA Network executives even allow this trash to run on their network. This show was absolutely abysmal. Can't tell the difference from this week and every other week before, bro. Abysmal. I like that word. Abysmal. This show is a fucking abomination every week. Thank you, Tricksters. Tenorio 128. $15 super chat. In the 90s, were you a Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels guy? I was actually both, bro. Shawn Michaels as a heel, Bret as a babyface. Me and my brothers were big fans of both. I got the HBK Heartbreak Kid t-shirt on right now. Cody, Tyler, Clyde with a $5 super chat. JD just wanted to donate. We'll enjoy podcast later. When was the last you watched The Sandlot? How long will Raw be bad? Forever. LOL. Have a good night. Bro, I have gotta be over a decade plus, bro, with The Sandlot. And how long will Raw be bad? As long as Bruce and Vince are alive and breathing. Munchie Time with a $19.99 super chat. I didn't even watch and knew Raw was going to suck as usual. Instead, I watched Kitchen Nightmares just to watch Chef Ramsay curse donuts out. God bless you, JD, for watching Monday night. It's fucking Raw. Chef Ramsay yelling at people, man. That's like me with John Taffer. I love watching John Taffer shit on fucking idiots that don't know what they're doing. Thank you, Munchie, with the $20 super chat. I appreciate you. Antonio with a $1.99 super chat. JD is a WWE loyalist. Watch AEW Dark Elevation. No, thank you. Dark Elevation is not going to net me 2,000 people live on YouTube, bro. Rafael DeLuna with a $2 super chat. Can't wait for the lounge area of the venue, bro. Yeah, that's not going to be for a while, man. It's not going to be for a while. If you guys realize how much this actually cost me, you'll know why it ain't going to be for a while. Matt D with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, love OTS. Great job. Love the show, bro. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Matt D. No relation to Mean Marky D. Antonio with another $1.99 super chat. Raw is trash. Yes, it is, sir. Big Wheezy with a $5 super chat. Question. Is Eva just here to look hot, or is she going to do something important? And you wonder why we complain about the women's division. Bro, she's nothing more than a fucking supermodel trying to be a pro wrestler. That's all it is. It's awful. Nothing about Eva Marie's inclusion on both of these vignettes have anything wrestling related behind them. Munchie Time with a $4.99 super chat. The only backlash I want to see is USA Network waking up and canceling this disappointment of a TV show. Not gonna happen, bro. They're paying $1 billion for this shit TV show. The Gary Sphere with a $5 super chat. Have you checked out Dark Side of the Ring? I think you'd enjoy it. Being a die-hard wrestling fan. Bro, I have not checked out Dark Side of the Ring yet. It's in the queue. I gotta watch it. I will watch it when I'm good and ready, bro. Antonio with another $1.99 super chat. In 2 weeks, getting a Roman Reigns t-shirt. Good for you. If anybody wanted to get me that t-shirt, I'd wear it too. Acknowledge me. Lee Laws with a $5 super chat. Mr. Fax. First, I'll take a sip of my rum and Coke. In tip my hat to you, because Raw was garbage. Your reviews are thumbs up. Thank you, Lee Laws. Tough reading that super chat, bro. I'm assuming you said you're going to tip my hat or tip your hat to me because Raw was garbage and my reviews are thumbs up. I appreciate you, bro. God Tongue with a $5 super chat. The only, and then he puts in parentheses, extremely faint and dying by the day, hope that I have is Keith Lee returning to take the WWE Championship off of Lashley. Not happening, bro. Not with Jinder involved. Jordan Flamio. $12 super chat. $12 super chat. Thank you, brother. Watch a Resident Evil 8 stream instead of Raw. When I tuned in at 8, I saw a 6-team women's match with Nia. Instantly turned it off. Here's a drink on me, a.k.a. Screwball on the rocks. Cheers. Thank you, Jordan. Ty Sloan with a $1.99 super chat. Are you a fan of Drowning Pool and Lincoln Park, JD? No, and absolutely no. Though I will not make fun of anybody listening to Linkin Park because I know that Chester's music was very influential to some people. It's just not my cup of tea, man. I can't do that. I can't do that. So if you guys are fans of Linkin Park, that's on you, man. Enjoy it. What you guys look at when you look at Linkin Park and Chester Bennington, I look at Miles Kennedy and Alter Bridge. No difference. Coil Phoenix with a $50 super chat. Thank you, Coil Phoenix. Always coming through big. What I said before about Eva Marie is nothing compared to how I feel about seeing Jinder Mahal on WWE television. This has definitely 100% put me off Raw totally, and I will not be watching Backlash and will be watching the OTS review instead. Hashtag praise the Messiah. Thank you, Coil Phoenix, for the 50 bomb. Serious with a $9.99 super chat. I don't understand how some geeks on Twitter were saying that Mahal carried Nakamura during their awful title feud a few years back. Great review as always. Love the podcast. Bro, if they said anybody was carried by Mahal, they must be on fucking drugs. The only thing Mahal carried was the fucking coffin on SmackDown in 2017 because he was slowly burying it. He pretty much had one foot in the grave and he was shoveling the dirt on top of the casket himself. Jaden Vlogs with a $9.99 super chat. He leaves this in quotes. Oh! Oh! I guess you're implying that you're not a fan of Vic Joseph. We got a $5 super chat from Baby Maharaja. I worship Jinder Mahal. These are the super chats I'm getting tonight, folks. Baby Maharaja. I love Jinder Mahal. Great. Super cool with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, I'm glad I didn't watch that trash. Tonight I was busy watching Thundercats from the 1980s instead. Sounds like quite the exciting evening there, Super Cool, with the Super Cats on TV. We got another super chat from Baby Maharaja. $5 super chat. Jinder Mahal is my favorite wrestler. I don't care what you say, JD. I worship him, okay? Baby Maharaja. It's great, man. We got Jinder Mahal reproducing in my fucking super chat live stream, bro. This is great. It's my fucking nightmare come true, bro. I'm expecting Jinder Mahal and his reproduction to be the main villain in Resident Evil 9. Imagine that. Thank you, baby Maharaja. I will go to Dunkin' Donuts on your $10. And you worshiping Jinder Mahal, and I'm going to get myself a large cold brew and a sausage on a bagel. Cheese with egg. Sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel, just for you. Scooter the U Smith, $2 super chat. Where are the authors of Pain? It should be back right now. Bro, they're not with the company anymore. They got released. Where the fuck you been, bro? The authors of Pain. Bruce Pritchard took over the gimmick, man. He's the new author of Pain. He's the solo author of Pain. He makes us wince in pain every single week watching this fucking show. Joshua Bennett with a $20 super chat. Hey, JD, I've been watching the old school NWA TNA shows lately, and they're not exactly great, and it gets pretty bad at times, but I think about how bad Raw is, and the show gets instantly better. It's like, I would rather deal with Brian Lawler having a mental breakdown on NWA and TNA and watch all those goddamn goofy expressions he does than ever watch another Braun Strowman match at this point. Bro, I don't blame you. Bro, I would rather watch... I don't even know. What is bad nowadays? I don't watch much TV, man. I don't really watch shitty TV. If it sucks, I won't watch it. I can't even... Listen, bro, I can't even compare shows to Monday Night Raw. It is legitimately the worst show on television. I appreciate the $10, bro. Times 2. $20 super chat by Joshua Bennett. Riddick with a $2 super chat. Eva Marie and Jinder Mahal, Jesus Christ. In 2021, bro. If you don't think Bruce is a fan of Jinder Mahal, man, you got another thing coming. This is their new agenda, bro. The Jinder Mahal. The modern day Maharaja agenda. Joshua Bennett with another $20, man. This guy's a beast tonight. One more thing. I've been here since 2016, and I've had this question in my head for years. Will you ever go back to the Telltale Walking Dead series? It's okay if you say no. Just tell me no so I can leave it to rest. Thanks. Joshua, depending on how good the Resident Evil series is doing right now, I may do that, man. I may go back and do that. A lot of people enjoyed that. So we'll see. It's not out of the question, bro. I'm leaving it open-ended. I think that would get a lot of people on Twitter. Hooligan, what do you think of that, bro? Speaking of which, Hooligan with a $5 super chat. Yo, JD, great day of content, bro. The best in the game. Please check out the Damien Priest Chronicle. Hashtag the bench business needs to be on a t-shirt. OTS for life. I will try, bro. Salrex is supposed to be making me something, man, but the man's busy. The man is busy, bro. Theo with a $9.99 super chat. Hey, JD, love your venue, man. Have you been watching the Biography Superstars thing on Sunday nights? If so, have you enjoyed any of them? Which one do you like the best so far? Theo, I've not watched one. And I heard that they are not really completely 100% accurate and truthful. So it's kind of turned me off to a point where I don't want to watch any of them. From what I gathered, they were WWE productions, and they were skewing the truth on some of the stories. If you're not going to be 100% truthful and factual, then you're going to lose my interest very quickly, bro. Ty Sloan with a $1.99 super chat. Thoughts on Pantera and their drummer getting shot? Bro, Vinnie Paul was great, man. Vinnie Paul was great. It sucks. This happened many, many years ago, bro. Furious Nation, JD, what is your thoughts on TakeOver in Your House and Kaylee Ray? I don't really care about TakeOver in Your House. And Kaylee Ray, I am not a fan of. Not a fan. She's a very good wrestler, but I'm not a fan of her. Isaiah Plays with a $2.99 super chat. Do a catering 316 shirt. No. Kratos with a $2 super chat. Ryback blocked me finally, and it only took 6 years. Ryback's got the IQ of a fucking goldfish. And the reason why he is at a point where nobody gives a fuck about him is because he sucks. He sucks. We get more listeners and viewers on this channel than Ryback does. That's all I care about. Fuck a Ryback. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. Can you do a Kevin Dunn impersonation on Nakamura? Shinsuke, Nakamura? Raging Girl Gamer with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Rage. Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja. Charlotte Flair and Eva Marie. Man, SmackDown got a lot of competition against them. WWE's really taking Raw to the moon. Roman who? Jinder Mahal will be the face of WWE. Rage, I'm going to set you up with baby Maharaja. You guys could have a fucking blast. Seriously. Nakamura? Thank you, Rage, for the $20. Furious Nation with another $5 super chat. Remember when HBK teamed with God against the McMahons at Backlash 2006? Yes. I would rather see that than what we got coming up on Sunday night. Nakamura? Lee Laws. $5 super chat. Thank you, JD, for being true to yourself. What's garbage is garbage. The truth can hurt. But you are what we need. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Lee Laws. Tenario128 with a $15 super chat. I recently came across a match with Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle from Vengeance 2005. I wonder if you ever saw it. I'm pretty sure I did. I have to go back and revisit that. I don't remember it. But I'd have to go back. And yes, I did watch that. Speaking of which, guys, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier. Everybody that donated last week for the koozies, all of your koozies were sent out in the mail. Hoop Media took care of that, man. All 50 of you got your koozies in the mail. You should get them this week. Bobby Means with a $10 super chat. Which version of Shawn Michaels is the best persona? 1994 or 1996? 1993. Jericho 8131, $5 super chat. Watched your Resident Evil 8 stream on Twitch tonight and kept Raw on as background noise. Staying on top of the games. What are your favorites? 3 WWF WWE games. WWF the arcade game, No Mercy, and WrestleMania 2000. Furious Nation, $5 super chat. The Heyman promo where he buried Jinder never gets old. Oh, man. I'm going to be bringing that one back big time. Ty Sloan with a $4.99 super chat. How was Drowning Pool a terrible band? Also, thoughts on Bullet for My Valentine and Sum 41. Also, if you had to pick New York Jets or New York Giants. Drowning Pool is simplistic garbage, number one. You're asking me who... Bro, my favorite guitarist is Michael Romeo. And I listen to neoclassical power metal, progressive metal, bro. And you're asking me if Drowning Pool is a good band? It's like going from fucking Peter Luger Steakhouse to fucking McDonald's. Bullet for My Valentine? Bro, they're emo. If Ryan Satin was to listen to a metal band, he'd listen to fucking Bullet for My Valentine, bro. Sum 41? Should be negative 41. And if I had to pick New York Giants and New York Jets, I'm going to go with neither one of them because they both fucking suck. The Giants. Because I know Hoot Media is a Giants fan. So I'd probably go with Hoot Media's favorite team, Giants. JD23, $5 super chat. When I saw Jinder Mahal return tonight, all I could think about was when you said you were going to get Drew versus Jinder for the WWE title at SummerSlam. Bro, it's coming. It's coming, man. I don't tell you things because I try to act cool, bro. I don't say things for clicks, okay? You should know I am a genius at this thing. The Wolfness Way, $5 super chat. Excellent review as always, JD. Thank you, bro. The mediocrity of the show is so damn frustrating. They could do so much better, but refuse to. Ridiculous. Well, that's because they're making $1 billion per USA, NBC Universal, and they don't care. They don't care. They made more money in the last quarter than they've ever had in WWE history, bro. They don't give a shit about writing. Good television, man. YT Malice with the $4.99 super chat. I'd rather watch rerun episodes of Law & Order SVU on Monday nights than Monday Night Raw. I don't blame you, bro. Raging Girl Gamer with a $20 super chat. Since Resident Evil's doing good, are we going to get the legendary Mario Kart Monday back? I mean, doesn't have to be on Monday, just play it. I don't know, Rage. There's something about going back to Mario Kart Monday that doesn't sit well with me, bro. Doesn't sit well with me. If there was a new Mario Kart, I'd be all over it. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. JD316 says, I just benched your ass for a shirt. Benched 316. I could see it. I could see it, man. Ty Sloan, $1.99. Maroon 5 or Imagine Dragons? Keep it up, JD. Thanks. Ty, listen, I'm going to donate all the money back to you for you to go get some better musical taste, bro. Maroon 5? Who on this fucking planet listens to Maroon 5 and actually enjoys their music? Is there even a fucking human being with blood running through his veins that listens to Maroon 5 and says, man, Maroon 5 is my favorite band? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Maroon 5. Jesus Christ, guys. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy. You guys are fucking crazy, man. All right, I'm getting out of here. Rage with a $10 super chat. You said Mario. Wrong, by the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Mario? Or Mario? You know, I love it. It's great, man. It brings me so much joy to know that I had almost 2,000 people in here tonight, man. And people who love to hang out with me here. And all the geeks, all the trolls, man. How many fucking emails they got to sign up to a YouTube account and make names just to troll me in my chat at 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to lay my head down a little bit on my bed, on my pillow. I'm going to go to sleep knowing that I did a great job tonight, knowing that you watched me, knowing that you were in my chat making name after name after name after name at 1:30 in the morning, knowing that more than likely you're going to shut your computer off, lay alone in your bed in the dark with a bottle of lube next to you on the nightstand and a box of tissues, jerking off to Bray Wyatt standing there in his fiend mask on WWE.com as you browse around on your phone. It's great. I love it. Kelly with a $5 super chat. I don't know what's scarier, the deformed baby from Resident Evil Village or Charlotte and Mahal winning championships. P.S. Can I get a Kevin Dunn on Raw today? Ooh, Jinder Mahal is back, and you all thought he was not coming back on Monday night. He's gonna be the WWE champion because he got me that Maharaja Wood. I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys. The Mustang is parked across the street from the house. I got my cold beverage. Windows are down. And what I want from you guys is two things, man. Number one, give me those guitar emojis in the chat. Number two, that music you're listening to now, max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT, maybe. And definitely on Wednesday for Dynamite with Jesse. Either way, I'll be back live before you know it. I'll see you guys later.